I'm Richard Elishadi or Tuzemi, Senator representing Kogi Central, Mrs. Natasha Akpabio does sue Senate President over defamation of character. He sued the Senate after the backbush when they get for Senate House when they do reshuffling of seats. Now that's a big issue. Now it does send lawsuit against the Senate President, and she dey demand 100 billion naira as lawsuit for defamation of character. Meanwhile, the Senate President does set up committee also to probe disciplinary action during that Senate preliminary when I heard when we say that bad bush they play. Now she go face action from the Senate based on her misbehavior during the Senate session.
So let me refer you to Section 66 of our rule book. Section 66, subsection 1. It says, the President of the Senate or the chairman, maybe while sitting as chairman of Committee of the Whole, after having called the attention of the Senate or of the committee to the conduct of a senator who persists in irrelevance or tedious repetition, either of his own arguments or of the argument used by other senators in debate, may direct him to discontinue his speech. So even when you are talking, the Senate President has a right to ask you to discontinue your speech. And then Section 66(2) says, if such a senator refuses to resume his or her seat, this is the first time the rule book is even referring to her, the President of the Senate, or in the case of sitting as chairman of Committee of the Whole, shall order such a senator whose conduct is grossly disorderly to withdraw immediately from the Senate during the remainder of that day's sitting. The President of the Senate shall order such a senator to withdraw in the event that he views her conduct or his conduct to be disorderly for the remainder of that day's sitting. And the Sergeant at Arms shall act on such orders, or he may receive from the chair in pursuance of this order. All the Senate President will do is to order that senator to stop talking. And if that senator persists, then the Senate President will now say, withdraw for the remainder of the day. Please leave the chambers. And then he doesn't even need to call on the Sergeant at Arms. It is the job of the Sergeant at Arms to immediately enforce that order. The President of the Senate shall allocate a seat to each senator. Sub 2 says, a senator may only speak from the seat allocated to him, provided that the President of the Senate may change that allocation from time to time. It's not me that made these rules. So even without giving reason of defection, decampment, or anything, the Senate President can observe, as they are calling me in the social media, headmaster. The headmaster can observe that two senators are too close and they are always discussing. And it says, in order to ensure they stand too close to Sahabiyao, you move to this other seat. And it must be obeyed.